Good morning, and shout out to everybody on YouTube that reviews Potomac. Everybody I watch, at least. I didn't see a single YouTuber that regularly reviews Potomac review the show before Wednesday. Not a single solitary one. Maybe Forrest Rocks. Maybe Roxanne did. But Miss Roxanne, excuse me. Excuse me, I am but a child. Maybe Miss Roxanne did, but everybody else, we was like, girl, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I know I personally couldn't have possibly, excuse the line up here, girl. I just took off my bonnet, girl. Don't look at the hair. It hasn't been styled. It's in little braids, but girl, it's just not coming together this morning. Anyway, it's 6:45 a.m. and I'm going to give you all something. I guess Potomac. If I can find these notes. I know we left off with Ashley and her daddy. Let me see here. Okay, so Ashley's father slammed the door in her face, giving her I already blocked you. I don't know why you're here. I told you in advance I didn't want to be a part of this, and here you come. That's what he was giving. And you hear his sister say, "This is your daughter, Ashley." And then I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it's funny. It's funny to me because not only has Ashley just caused all sorts of havoc, she's wreaked all the havoc in the world. And now she wants to have a storyline where we're supposed to feel for her. If she would have presented this to us first season, and then after all of this gave us all that she's given us, then maybe we could have rocked with her. But girl, you've been acting a fool for 4 seasons. 3.5 seasons, and you want us to come around and feel, girl, most of us ain't got a daddy. That's not news. This is not news. And I also feel like it's for a storyline, but we'll get there. You hear Ashley say, "I don't want anything from you but to acknowledge me. I just want you to acknowledge me." And he acknowledged you by slamming the door in your face. I mean, honestly, if he didn't acknowledge you, he wouldn't have slammed the door in your face, because he already blocked you. That was your acknowledgement the first go round. I'm your daughter, do whatever you said on Facebook, and he said, block. And then that second go round, when you showed up at this man's house, you showed up at this dude's home. He blocked you on the internet and you went to his house. How did you expect it to go? What were you thinking was going to happen? And he blocked you in real life with a quick slam. Like, girl, and shut off the porch light. Ain't nobody home. Click. Very me. Very me. If somebody calls and says, "Are you at home?" and I say, "I'm not at home," and they say, "Well, I'm looking at you through your window." If I turn off that porch light, I'm not home. Actually, if I told you I'm not home, whether you're looking at me through my front window, seeing me lounging comfortably in my house or not, I am not home. I'm not home. It reminds me, and I'm going to sidetrack and, whatever, y'all don't care. It reminds me of when I was at work one day, and this guy came in. He was one of the delivery guys or whatever. He came in and saw that I had this ring on my finger. And he had asked my manager, if I was single or taken. And then he came and asked me, and he said, "Well, I see that ring on your finger. Are you married?" I said, "No, I just wear this ring so that if someone I'm not interested in asks if I'm married, then I'll say, no, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm married." And he said, "Well, can I take you out to dinner?" I said, "No, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm married." And he was like, "For real? Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth about me lying to you. I'm wearing this ring in case somebody asks me and I don't want to go out with them. If I don't want to go out with you, I'm married." I'm married. Nothing we can do. I'm married. He was like, "You gonna tell me?" And then yes, I am married, betrothed, hitched. We are one, me and my husband. I sounded like Phaedra Parks. Just like, girl, I just don't know. If I tell you something, I don't care if you believe me or not, it's my truth. If I'm lying or if I'm not lying, it's still my truth. Her daddy's truth was, he wasn't home. He hit that light flick. I'm not home. That's his truth. Moving along. They get back into the hotel, and now Ashley's mama. Remember, Ashley's mama was all, "Let's go meet the daddy. Let's go see the daddy. The daddy. Let's talk to the daddy. Hey, the daddy. Let's go meet the daddy." She was all hype about it. She was all excited. She was all, "This is your daddy. The nigga I had sex with, but he not a nigga. He white, but I still had sex with him and made you your daddy. This is your dad." Like, she was all hype about it. "Oh yes, I think we should definitely meet your father." And then after this, they in the hotel room, and she's like, "Oh, well, he's just a jerk. He's an asshole. He's just the worst." Madam, Ashley mama, Where was all of that? He's a jerk. He's an asshole. I'm up, bitch. I'm up, mom. Where was all of that? Before y'all got to Atlanta, or even before y'all got to the man's house, and you were giving the daddy, let's go meet the daddy. The daddy, let's go meet the daddy. This is your daddy. Hey, the white man. Hey, that's probably racist. Hey, that I had sex with. Hey, and I made you. Hey, like, where was it? Where was it prior to? Anyway, I've decided that Ashley's mother is mentally ill, or she's still on that stuff. It's one or the other. She's not a sane, mentally healthy person. Either sis has undiagnosed or previously diagnosed but unmedicated mental issues, like myself, or, because girl, I'm giving you mania. I didn't get out the bed at all yesterday. At all. But today, here I am giving you songs and in the key of life, Stevie Wonder. Like, girl, honey, I'm going to the therapist today. Don't even worry about me. Actually, I might cancel, girl. I'm just not in the mood. Anywho, the mama, something up with her. Something's up with her. Either this is for a storyline and the mother is just a very poor actress, or the elevator ain't going all the way to the top of the mall, which is empty and ain't nobody shopping in it, and the lights are on. Like, she's a couple marbles short of a game of Mancala. She is a couple of die short of a game of dominoes, honey. I don't know. She's an engine short of a Toyota Camry. And you know how I feel about those Toyota Camrys. It's just something, it's not coming together for the glory as well as the honor of my Lord Jesus Christ. No, it's just not coming together. It's just something with that mama is just, there's a disconnect. I gotta use my Iyanla hand movement. You know, Iyanla loves a hand movement. There's a disconnect. The pathology. The pathology. Girl, something is not right. And y'all may be watching this video looking at me like, girl, something is not right. And you would be correct. You'd be correct. Let's see. Moving over, we get a little mini vignette, a drifting swift moment, you know, it's literally a swift moment. It is a cut in between scenes, of Robin Ross dressed for less. That's just Giselle's baby daddy, Dixon, in her home with a Swiffer. A basic Swiffer. The regular green one. The plain old green Swiffer with the dry cloth on it that you just move the dirt around in your house. You just moving the dirt around. It's just, the dirt was in the kitchen, now we're going to Swift it on into the living room. Robin Ross dressed for less. That's just Giselle's baby daddy, Dixon. You can't afford a wet jet. Now, I'm broke. I'm very poor, very poor. And even I have purchased, not only for myself, me and my mother, you know, I purchased us a Swiffer. I don't know where that Swiffer is, honey. It got lost in the move. Lost in the move, but we don't. She and I don't take care of the floors anymore, honey. We've moved to greener pastures. But when we were poor and had to do the floors, honey, I bought myself a Swiffer. I bought my great-grandmother a Swiffer. Because, girl, I was tired of her and my great-granddad in there with their mop and bucket, honey. Y'all 90 now, come on, get the Swiffer. I think they were still in their 80s. But still, come on, get the Swiffer, honey, and just press the wet jet. Press the button, zzz, it's gonna squirt. And then you just right over the dirt, right over it. Now you are gonna have to sweep. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta sweep. But those stains and those spots, my granddaddy cooks all the time, honey. The green juice and the barbecue sauce on the floor, honey, because he still makes the barbecue sauce for our family restaurant. You just, and then just wipe that right on up. And not only did I buy one for me and my great-grandparents, I also bought a Swiffer Wet Jet for my grandmama. I spent nearly $70 on Swiffer Wet Jets for the family. Why do you have a regular green $10 Swiffer? Robin, you make more money than me. Invest, honey, in a wet jet. A wet jet with the little pads. They got the little wet pads for the wet jet. Honey, it's got the little scrubbing little strip on there so you can really get in there and get, girl. She was wearing me out with that with the Swiffer, the regular old Swiffer. We move on, girl, to, and I don't think I wrote anything in here. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, we'll get to that. But Robin calls her wife over. Hey, honey, come with me over to the truck driving place so that I can learn how to be a truck driver. said, Robin, daughter. Now, I've never heard Robin personally come out and say that she was offended by anyone calling her a lesbian. But if she had, I would combat her with this very episode and say, Robin, sweetie, if you don't want nobody to call you gay, daughter, the haircut, the behavior, the fact that your ex-husband / boyfriend / baby daddy / Giselle's replacement, but Giselle replaced him too, had been a long time since he saw you in heels. Like all of that combined just comes together and just writes out the word lesbian. It just writes it right out. Just lesbian. Just writes it out. Sweetie. You just look, and I know some of y'all might be looking at me like, girl, I see you. Who is this? Somebody walking by the car and the car all fogged up because it's morning. Who's this child? Getting on by here. You go to school. School has started. Side note. I know I'm on a side note, but who cares? Side note. Mothers and fathers as well, but mothers who have school-age children, and we're doing our first day of school photographs. First day of school is cute. We yay, the baby going to school. Look at that. I can't believe. Oh, we excited. We do excited hands. Sweetie, when you start getting into the third and fourth day of school pictures, we don't care no more. I was on Facebook the other day and saw it's little Chauncey's 5th day of school. Girl, okay. Chauncey in the 8th grade. Chauncey been going to school for 8 solid years. This is not like it's his 5th day of kindergarten. Chauncey been in school Lord knows how long. Girl. Anyway, Robin calls her wife over and they go learn how to be truck drivers, honey. It reminds me of when I personally was in the 5th grade and they had these little books that told us about celebrities. We'd read up on it was like Wikipedia, but before Wikipedia, where we could read up on our favorite celebrities, but it was a book. It wasn't a magazine. And in one of those books, it talked about Lisa Leslie's mother, who was a truck driver. And I said, because my granddad is a truck driver and has been all my life. And I said, I had no earthly idea. I had no idea that they let women in the trucking business. I had no idea. And I really truly have not heard of too many more truck drivers that were, of the female persuasion since. I really haven't. Anyway, girl. Giselle in her confessional says she doesn't think of beautiful Robin Dixon as a truck driver. I said, you don't? Because I see it. She's beautiful. There's no debate. Robin Dixon is a beautiful woman. She also is a beautiful woman who looks like she would be a truck driver. I mean, it's not shade. It simply is what it is. She looks like she would drive a truck. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. She just does. She's got truck driver energy. Like, I never see her give, yes, honey, snaps. I never see her give you, a feminine energy side of things. I mean, I know I'm sitting here looking like somebody's grandson, but I also have a feminine energy. My energy, honey. I call people honey. I say daughter. I give you, there's a feminine energy about me. Robin does not have said energy. She doesn't. We love her down. Love her. I would love to take Robin to dinner. Just, Robin, girl, let's go to dinner. Let's hang out. Leave Giselle at home because, girl, I don't need the mess. But let's hang. I've always told her via these videos that I would love to go to Ross Dress for Less and just go shopping with her. She seems like fun. But she does not have a feminine energy. Anyway, moving along, girl. I'm doing too much. It's been nearly, 15 minutes of this foolishness? Let's see. Robin. We're still on Robin. Asks Giselle while they are trucking. While they're trucking. She asks Giselle, to join her at this open house that she's throwing for her home, for her new, flipped home. And she asks Giselle, when you join me, could you please not be shady towards Monique? And Giselle says that she's been nothing but nice to Monique. And according to the record, let the record show, as Claire Huxtable, used to say. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Ever since Giselle said, you don't have a home? And Monique said, I have 4. In a very matter-of-fact way. No humbleness about it. Giselle's just not been able. She's not been able. Because she doesn't want someone to be doing better than her. But sweetie, you don't do anything. You get on this TV show and you be messy, and then you write a book or 2 that I've heard is not good. And then you sell a little makeup, but like I've heard that also wasn't good. You didn't marry a giant ugly football player like Monique. You married a little bitty ugly preacher that cheated on you, like Jamal Bryant. She might be jealous of Monique having Chris, because you know she loves an ugly man. She might genuinely be upset. Maybe back in the day she shot her shot at Chris and he said, no, I'm gonna go with Monique, and she's been holding that grudge ever since. And I can see it. I see it with my eyes and my glasses, both. We move on to Karen and her sister. Karen and her sister are grieving the loss of their parents some more. Now, I understand that grieving is non-linear. You know, there are ups, there are downs, there are swoops, pivots, and dips, honey. But all we have talked about as far as Karen is the death of her parents. Now, wait a minute, school bus. You are going far too fast in this neighborhood. Okay, you need to slow down. Who are you picking up? Look like he was stopping in front of my house. My kids ain't going to school. What is going on? Do the neighbor have kids? She's rude. She don't speak to nobody. Do she have kids? No, because the bus going right on by that too. Is she stopping at everybody's house? Like, girl. Anyway, child. Where was I? Oh yeah, every time we see Karen, she's grieving her parents. And I don't want to sound like, you know, I feel like she should stop, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I enjoy Karen when she's just minding her business with the ladies. I don't care about Karen by herself. I really don't. Giselle, I don't want with the ladies. Karen, I do want with the ladies. That's just how I feel about it. But every time we see Karen alone, it feels like she's having another memorial service for her mom and them. It really does. Now, no shade again, because, you know, when my mama goes, Lord, I'm getting right in the casket beside her. Lord knows I am. I already told her I'm acting fool. I'm climbing in, and there's nothing they can do. I'm super gluing my body to your body, and they can try to lift me up, but you coming with me, like, we gonna be together. I've already expressed this. But girl, it takes a lot out of me to grieve with Karen every week. It takes a lot out of me. It really does. I know it takes a lot out of her, but it takes a lot out of me. You know who else takes a lot out of me? Monique and them kids. But we ain't got there. I think we talk a little bit about Monique in this episode. If not, I'll try to remember to loop back around. But Karen and her sister send up some balloons and carry their mom and daddy's Bible out to the grave and play a little clip of Raven's rendition of Amazing Grace. I would much rather Paulina from the Fighting Temptations. Amazing Grace. Was that Paulina? Or was that Jennifer Lewis and something? It was one of the two. One of the two. I know for sure the old man singing Sweet Low Sweet Chariot in the Fighting Temptations. I want him to sing at my funeral. Without Beyonce. Beyonce don't need to come and pretty the song up, honey. I want the music to sound a mess, and I want everybody to just be crying and falling over themselves in grief. Grief. I want everybody to act a fool at my funeral. I really do. I'm not even playing. I don't want a nice, dignified, quiet, homegoing service where everyone sits there with their hands just, you know, clasped in their laps, and somebody gets up and says, you know, she was wonderful. She was kind. She was caring. She was not a bald-headed scallywag. You know, we loved her. I want the folks to be like, girl, I'm gonna miss my dog. I'm gonna miss her. Ave Maria. You know, I want them to revamp Ave Maria. I want them to just act up. You can get snatched up. Anyway, moving on, girl. They done laid the mom and daddy to rest once again. I guess they keep getting up. It's like when you tuck your kids in the bed and they get up and say they want some water, and you give them some water, and then you tuck them back in, and then an hour later they got to go to the bathroom, and so, you know, they go, and then you tuck them back in, and, you know, then they kind of hungry, and it's like, you gonna have breakfast in like 2 hours. Get back in the bed. It feels like that. They just keep laying their mom and daddy to rest. They keep doing it. Okay, so Monique and them. Monique and Giant Christopher are just now learning CPR. 2 3/4 kids later. It just, it felt like this is what we're going to do for a storyline. You cannot possibly be 3 kids in and finally be like, you know, I think we might need to learn a little CPR. Like, it didn't come together for me. But anyway, they learning CPR, and the kids are running around, honey. They won't sit down. They flipping and carrying on. Baby, the girl got the doll, honey, and they jumping off of stuff. And I'm just like, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart. These kids have not been trained up. They running here and there and everywhere. They jumping, honey, like Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and they pockets full of grown. And all you fellas, leave your girl with a friend, cause it's 11:30 and them kids is jumping. Them kids was jumping. I was like, girl, sit down. Either sit down or go upstairs. Why don't they have a nanny? Now the subject, the storyline, either last season or season before, it's probably season before, was Monique was just so up in arms because her nanny decided to give her a month's notice and she gonna quit, and that's just not enough time. But we ain't seen her have a nanny since. Who is watching these churn? And can they come get them? These kids just running everywhere doing the most. My mama wouldn't allow it. My mama would not allow it. Sit down. Read your book. Color. You know, something. Write a story. Think about the goodness of Jesus, but don't be jumping, running, and carrying on. I couldn't do that at home when it was just me and her. No company, no nothing, just me and my mama. And I still couldn't run and jump and act a fool. It was like, girl, sit down. Sit down. Watch this Teletubbies. Honey, it's time for Tubby Custard. Watch the Teletubbies and calm down. Them kids, I think Christopher, the little Christopher, is old enough, especially. Now, Milani, she's also old enough, but she's younger. So I'm going to let her slide. But the boy, he might have ADHD or something, because he's old enough for you to say, and the baby just straighten right up. I don't understand. Moving along. Candace, her mom, and her sister go eat, and they was all wearing the same outfit. I was like, how you done made your whole storyline. You don't like your mama and your mama get on your nerves, but then y'all put on the same outfit. It didn't speak to me. So the sister is a half sister. She is 10 years younger than Candace. Candace, I think, is like 30. So the sister is 20. And the sister is so much more mature than Candace. I didn't catch her name. And I didn't care to. But yeah, the sister is so much more mature. How you got 10 well, because I got a sister that's 8 years older than me that I run mature circles around. I've never seen someone more immature than that 32-year-old. Is she 32? How old am I? 33-year-old heifer. The heifer is a child. Anywho, where was I? Yeah, the sister and the mama, and they got the same outfit on. Girl, it's a fur something. They got on the worst wigs in the world, honey, having charcuterie and wine. And I'm like, maybe Candace is 31, because the sister really was drinking that wine. Is she of legal age? But anyway, honey, they talk about therapy, and Dorothy says that she really don't need therapy. She just going for Candace. And I'm like, Dorothy, remind me to never book an appointment at Dorothy must be ready to retire, because I can't see her wanting to continue to be a therapist after showing her butt on this show like that. I can't see it. I can't see it. Anyway, them wigs. Y'all talk about Katie's wigs. Don't nobody come for Dorothy's wigs. I think Katie's wigs are a little more put together than Dorothy. Dorothy's wigs sit on her head like, honey, a duck on the water. It's just on there. It ain't in there. You very rarely see a duck swimming in the water. The duck sits on it. It sits on it, and then the water just sits on the duck. The duck sits on the water sits on the duck. It's just, that's how the wig is it's just up there. Honey, she puts far too much grease in that wig. It's the one wig, the straightish, but it's got a little piece of a wet. Far too much grease. It's clumpy. It's just not not E. All I can say is E. The sister's wig, honey, was also ugly. And we know Tanda's wears ugly hair. And I'm just like, it must run in the mama's side of the family. These raggedy wigs. I'm gonna let the sister slide though, because hers was the most presentable. But it was up. It came a ways, honey. It was up. It was the landscape and the slope of the wig, and then the part was just. Y'all need to spend your trust fund money on good hair. You do. Karen's perfume is about to come out. I thought it was out already, girl. They was talking about Macy's and stuff. We don't have a Macy's, so I wouldn't have known. But it's about to come out, and she's talking to her good girlfriend about it. I didn't care. I would like to smell it. I want to smell what La Dame smells like, but I'm gonna have to slide over to the next state and find me a Macy's. Ashley tells her husband about what happened with her daddy, and he was fake interested. He was interested like I'd be interested when my mama telling me about stuff she's already told me about, or about stuff that I already know how she felt about. Like, she gets upset. She works for the church, and she gets upset about how the choir didn't sing well this Sunday, because she's a choir girl. The choir just didn't have it together. They weren't paying attention, honey. The sopranos were just off, girl. And I just be like, oh, okay, really? Oh, I hate that for you. What can we do? What can we do? You think maybe another rehearsal with... no? Okay, all right. That's like, I really do not care that much, but I care enough to pay attention to her conversation. Can she say the same? We don't know. I didn't have to come for my mama like that, but girl, if you watch it, look, you don't listen to me when I'm talking, and that's just that on that. Anyway, Michael was giving feigned interest, and it furthered my disinterest in this plot point. Cause she's like, he slammed the door in my face, and I just, and Michael's like, oh no. Well, maybe you should try again. And I'm like, but Michael had already told you before you went that he didn't want you going because he knew it was going to be like this. He knew it would come to this, like Beyonce in Obsessed, when she walked in her room and that white lady was laying on the bed in Beyonce's, Sharon's husband's, attire with the rose petals all on the bed. She walked in that door and said, I got to get my Beyonce. I knew it would. I knew it would come to this. Beyonce got a deep voice. I knew it would come to this. Girl, my favorite line in the movie. When she opens that boudoir door, honey, it's golden hour. When she opens that bedroom door and that white lady on her bed, she knew it would come to this. Anywho, let's see. Ashley at some point in her confessional says her mom and dad ain't talked in 28 years. I'm like, that's a lie, because they Facebook friends, and she had his address. So tell another lie, honey. Bring it together. Make the circle complete. Because the lie you just told, we had a circle going. It was a little, it wasn't a full circle, but it was a bit of a circle. The lie you just told made it a square. It's no longer a circle. She ain't talked to that man in 28 years. But they Facebook friends, and he ain't blocked her too. And she had his address. Okay. All right. At Robin's flipped house. They did a good job flipping the house. They really did. And, we're having the open house. There's a potential buyer here, And then all the girls are here. All of them. Karen is there. Giselle, Monique, Ashley. Tandis comes in a little late. And Katie wasn't there, but I think Katie should have been. I do. I really do. Anyway, so as soon as Giselle walks in, she and Monique have a little something, because Monique, goes, hey, how you doing? And Giselle's like, oh, you want to hug me now? Because every time we, you talk about us, we don't support anything you do. And I'm just like, oh my God, can you support your wife for a half second? She done painstakingly flipped this house. It's been 2.5 years she been flipping this house. And she is proud of it. And she is happy. And she is showing you her accomplishment. And you come to this function and you act a fool. Why would you do that? Why would you mistreat her like that? Y'all need to get a divorce because it ain't right. The way you mistreat your wife is incorrect. And I won't stand for it. I won't. Robin, you can do so much better. You can do so much better. I think the Brad is single. Wait. No, you need a film. Robin needs a film. Who's feminine? Kaylani, she still go with her man. I don't know. That age difference might be too much. It might be too much. Demi Lovato, she probably single. I don't know. I don't know. Kiki Palmer. But then that age difference. We got to find Robin a good single feminine girl. Let me wipe this windshield, honey, because I thought that would help, but it didn't. Because the speckles on my face was getting on my nerves from the window. Anywho, I can't see the screen. The sun is giving me all this fever. Let me see. But yeah, Giselle was a brat and she was on my nerves. My last one. I only have one. She was on the last one. Girl, what is this on this ground? Somebody done threw some trash out in front of my house. The gâteau. So now they having the conversations about whether Monique and Giselle are friends, or whether Ashley and Candace are friends, and who invited who to what. And girl, I zoned out. I have to be honest with you all and let you know I zoned out. But when they was having the conversation, Candace comes in and honey, the men that were there and the guy that was there to see the house was just like, girl, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. It's a whole lot going on in this other room, child. A whole lot. So Robin goes and she checks and sees where they uncomfortable, and I'd have been like, yeah, get these heifers out of here. Get them out. But I don't think Robin knows how to put anybody out. I really don't. Moving along. Yeah, the potential buyer, I think he left. And basically that was the episode. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say, and I'll catch y'all on it when I do. Peace.